everyone, Sarah Jean here. I wanted to do a couple of quick videos today. One is going to be on my Chic Sparrow Pocket Plus Creme Brulee, but that's going to be done separately. Right now, I wanted to show you all of my completed field note size journals that I've been doing over the last several years. And I did a previous video showing the journals, but I wanted to do another updated one because I've got quite a few. Like, I have like a shoebox full of these tiny completed journals. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I've been using Field Notes for my main journal source for the last like 4 years, something crazy like that. I don't even know anymore. And I was like up early this morning, half asleep, half awake, and I was just thinking I should go through and show some of my journals just to give everyone an update and to show you like what kinds of things you can do in tiny books. So I'm just going to start grabbing them randomly. So it looks like this was actually a journal slash, ooh, actually, well, now that I'm looking at this, I kind of want to go back to this style. This was what I was doing, just a very small calendar up top for the week, and the rest I was sort of using for journaling, decoration, whatnot, which and then I started doing the daily, and I really liked the daily, and I'm trying to get back into the daily, but I haven't been as successful as I was back when I was in this notebook. But one of the things I love about the Field Notes is it's a small enough page where you don't feel overwhelmed to fill it. They fill rather quickly, but it's also just enough space to also do something really amazing and something you want to keep. All of the Field Notes have different weighted papers, but the new editions that have all been coming out this last year all have 60-pound paper, which I find to be like the perfect weighted paper for doing things like journaling. This is one of my all-time favorite editions. This is called America the Beautiful. You actually can't find it anymore. Sometimes you can on like eBay and stuff, but they would be way overpriced. If you happen to run across them like in a little bookshop somewhere that still has some, grab them because they're fantastic. They're really nice thick paper. But like I said, most of the new ones have at least a 60-pound weighted paper. This is a 70-pound weighted paper, which is why I especially loved it. But this was a journal that I did 2 summers ago, and it's just a lot of tip-ins, a lot of daily ephemera, labels off of things, photos, stamps off of my mail, and just journaling. This was before I really got into like the watercoloring. So this is just a lot of writing, a lot of tip-ins, and a lot of ephemera. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm like, gosh, I really need to get my journaling game going again, because lately, I don't know, my journaling hasn't been happening that much. I think I was really trying to get into like the art journaling type thing and using a lot of paints, and I was trying to use like the Tomoe Reverie paper. And I've discovered like when I'm journaling, like I love the Tomoe paper for painting on because it's amazing. But for journaling, I feel like I really need a heavier weighted paper, because then I can put like the business cards and the stickers and the ephemera. I love this photo. This is me standing in the Portland airport, and apparently the carpet is famous and they're going to be taking it out soon. I so miss those Jesus sandals. They were my favorite sandal ever, and finally the bottoms just fell off. That's my brother. Isn't he handsome? This is when he got married. But anyways, I feel like for doing all this stuff on here that I love, I really have to have the thicker paper, because I don't like how it weights down on like the Tomoe River paper. I just don't think it works as well. Now this was another one that I got really sort of heavy in. What's great about this one is not a thick paper. This is actually a thin paper. I think it's only 50-pound. Yeah, 50 pounds. So it's actually very thin. But I ended up using gesso on the pages on most of them before I painted. But once again, this has a lot of ephemera. This had some pages I really didn't like how they turned out. But of course, now looking back, I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of ugly, but it's also kind of really cool. And so most of these pages were treated before I painted on them. But it's just, they're just such amazing, 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 amazing little books. What I really love too is if you don't like something, just paint over it and start again. And I have done that several times. Sorry about all the post-its, it's just covering private photos of my little babies. But, you know, this was a label off of a wine bottle. We were spending some time with friends at the house, and this was a bottle of wine we shared, and so I said, hey, can I have the label? Love doing stuff like that. I love taking photos. I've got a Polaroid Snap and a Instax, and I just love them. You know, this was a recollections tag off of some cute stuff I'd bought in forever ago. Painted, painted, painted. Stamps. This is when I got the new circus stamps when they just come out, and I took a little picture of a little snail. What's interesting though, this is really inspiring me to really sort of get back to these journaling roots. This is what I started at, and then I sort of got caught up in what everyone else was doing, and I've sort of stopped, and so I need to get back in it. See, lots of paint, lots of just messing around. And then when I get to the end of journals, as you'll see in some of these, I tend to get antsy to like go on to the next, so then I usually let my daughter fill in the last of the pages. This was another one where I was doing the dailies. Super simple. It's just writing out the day, if I had any to-dos, and then like a little bit of journaling. And I was really getting into sort of like doodling and sketching out a little bit, which was kind of neat and fun. I think this is something I really want to try to get back into doing too. And I mean, this is just a lot of writing, but it's bright and it's colorful and it's fun and it's a keepsake. Like, I'm going to have this forever and I'll get to look back on it and enjoy it. I think I have quite a few of those type of ones. Let's get into another this is another one where I was doing the dailies. Just having fun, and it doesn't matter how it looks or if I got bored and I changed what I was, you know, doing midweek. I think that's what I love about using the field notes, the blank inserts for things like that, because you can change your mind. If you feel like doing this one day and mapping it out week per week, day per day, and then, you know, next week you're feeling really lazy and you just sort of want to free form, bullet journal, whatever, it makes it so nice and easy because nothing's laid out on your pages. Your pages are blank or lined or grid, but that's it. That's up to you to use it however you want to. Another journal. This is one of my other favorite sets. You can still find these on some online stores, I believe. They're the Workshop Companion series. These are also another favorite because they're like the America the Beautifuls. They have that thick 70-pound weighted paper. So they're really great for sticking stuff onto. This is when I got, I think, this tattoo. My feather leaf thing. They're really great for sticking things to and tipping things in. This is when we went, our hometown had a little, like, one of its own Comic-Cons. And so, like, I took business cards from all of the tables and I flipped them all in here and did journaling and just, like, super fun stuff. But these notebooks are great for that because of the heavier paper. That was us at the Comic-Con. It was a very small Comic-Con. We live in a small city, but it was super fun. It was like so much fun. It was like, I want to be a dork. It's my husband posing. It's like, I want to be a dork and come like dressed up in costume next year. So there's that. And then, like I said, I get to the end and the pages end up being blank, and my daughter usually draws in them. Cannot believe I have so many finished journals. This is quite a few years old. This is when I just first started playing around with adding things to my journals. When I first started doing things that sort of flipped out. So this one tends to be a little bit plainer in the beginning, and then it gets a little bit crazier towards the end. My little man just walked in, so if you hear baby blabbering, that's him. Lots of paint, lots of tip-ins. I had some fabric washi tape. I was playing with a, what were they called? A jelly something for a while. I can't remember what it was called. Jelly plate. And then my daughter drew some more fold outs and tip-ins, and I painted, and then I used whiteout to make lines so you could actually see the words that I wrote. And it was just playing, and it's not all pretty and it's not all amazing. This is an page I didn't really want anyone to be able to read, so I wrote one direction and then I wrote the other direction. I guess that was something that they did in the Victorian era. Not to hide what you were writing, but to conserve paper. This was another thing. I wrote it out and then I sort of squiggled all over it. So if I looked really hard, I could probably still read it, but at passing glance, someone else probably couldn't. Then I think I just got the Tim Holtz stains towards the end of this one because you start seeing those pop up. This was before all my watercolor stuff too, which is just crazy because now I can't imagine journaling without my watercolors. By the way, you'll notice a good third of my journals I'm sharing are all the America the Beautiful because I love the paper just that much. This one is really thick, so I don't even know what's in this one. See, I think this is when I'd first gotten the stains because now you see them using a lot. And the sprays, discovered I don't like shimmer sprays. They clog up after a few uses and then it's hard to get them clean and then they don't spray again, and I swear it's like you've hardly used them at all and then I'm like chucking them out because it's just too frustrating. And I'll undo the caps and I'll sprinkle them on, and you know, it's just, but they're too much work. I'll have to find something else to apply glitter with because the shimmer sprays are just too much work. So more journaling. I wanted to share how easy it is to make something that's going to be a keepsake, that you don't have to put a ton of work into it, that it doesn't have to be some amazing piece of art, but that these are going to be things that you want to look at and read through later on because they're your actual memories. I think that's probably all I'll bore you guys with. I mean, I have quite a few more in here. I mean, but you get the basic gist, and I just want to inspire you guys to dive in, to start journaling, to start sticking stuff in your journals, to start taking, you know, little photos of your day and including them. You know, take that business card from the bagel shop you ate at this morning and put it in your journal and write about how amazing that bagel was. And just record your simple everyday life experiences. And I guarantee you may not like something you make now, but a couple years when you're going back through your box of journals and you're seeing that, you know, what you thought was ugly page, you're going to be inspired, and I'm totally inspired right now. You're going to be inspired and you're going to be thankful you did it, and you're going to be like, wow, that was such a great day. That was such a great memory. I'm so glad I wrote that down. Anyways, enough babbling. Sorry, this was a long babble video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little share. Leave comments below. Share your videos of your journals. Share your photos of your journals. And I will see you next time. Okay, guys, bye.